happening, gang? It's your boy Retro back again with another reaction video. Yeah. Today we got another huge update. You guys can probably already tell it is going down. Just by that title alone, you guys are definitely gonna want to check this one out. So we got some bad news coming for old Stacey Abrams, as it looks like a Georgia State investigation just revealed some key details into the corruption of her organization in this one. And I'm excited to get into it, guys. So we're gonna hop straight into it. All I ask that you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and without further ado, let's hop straight into it, folks. Check this one out. All right, you guys. So if you can remember old Stacey Abrams, you know that she is no stranger to a scandal. Actually, seems like every single organization that she either founds or is a part of, it's always wrapped up somehow implicated in crime and corruption. We first seen her starting off being under investigation. Actually, she's still under investigation by the state of Georgia for her campaign finance violations. Then we've seen the other scandal with the infamous gift from the Biden administration, $2 billion in taxpayer dollars getting funneled over to her NGO. And now today, we have payments from Stacey Abrams' Georgia nonprofit to her friend's law firm now under scrutiny. Okay, let's check it out. So former Democratic gubernatorial candidate Stacey Abrams is now facing renewed questions regarding her financial history, as recent tax filings reveal her voting right advocacy group, Fair Fight Action, paid over $20 million to a law firm founded by her close friend and former campaign chair, Allegra Lawrence Hardy. Between 2019 and 2023, Fair Fight Action reportedly paid approximately $20.2 million to Lawrence and Bundy for unspecified legal services. Says Allegra Lawrence Hardy, who chaired both of Abrams' unsuccessful gubernatorial campaigns in 2018 and 2022, established and worked for the firm until her departure in February. This information has raised eyebrows given Fair Fight Action's governing documents, which state the organization will not be operated for the pecuniary gain or profit of any individual. So $20.2 million sounds like a huge pecuniary gain or profit for Stacey Abrams and her friend, partner in crime, but that's just me. Then goes on to say that Lawrence Hardy has publicly acknowledged her close friendship with Abrams, stemming from their college years and early careers at Atlanta-based law firm. All right, so this has been raising major red flags, not for just folks on the right, but Democrats are now calling her out as well, saying this just doesn't seem right. I'm not sure how Stacey Abrams keeps getting away with this.
Worked for her campaign or worked for one of her organizations?
Yes, it's both. She was the campaign chair in 2018 and is the campaign chair for this campaign. Which is usually an unpaid position that does a lot to do with fundraising, not so much the day-to-day of campaign operations. Yes, and that's exactly right. So the NAACP's Legal Defense Fund did a study up through cases in 2021 that looks at the fees that plaintiffs as well as states in defending these cases have paid in past cases similar to the one that Fair Fight Action filed. And they found the most expensive case was $8.8 million in legal fees. That was a case down in Texas. And typically, they said it's a couple $100,000 over a couple of years. Mm-hmm. So the $25 million for just half of this case already makes it the most expensive. And I should add, it's not just Lawrence and Bundy, the law firm of the campaign chair. They had, I believe it was 8 law firms involved in this case. But Lawrence and Bundy, they were the lead counsel.
Yeah, so the implication here then is that this is something maybe not as egregious, but all along the lines of, right, the Black Lives Matter fundraising not being put to any good use and kind of just, being used for kickbacks or personal enrichment, and maybe again not on the level of buying properties, which is what happened with the Black Lives Matter organization. But this looks kind of fishy based on your reporting. It's hard to come away with another conclusion.
Yeah, I remain open-minded that there could be a perfectly logical or innocent explanation for why this case was so expensive, why they chose this attorney as opposed to, any other. I've asked, and maybe there will be a public answer. Maybe there will be some more explanation given on Fair Fight's side. I think what is important to think about here is what Kathleen Clark, she's a legal and ethics professor, said in the story. She said, there could be an explanation, but there's a fiduciary responsibility to make the best choices. Abrams was chair of this organization up until 2021 when she announced her second run for governor. And so in that role as chair of this nonprofit, chair of the board for this nonprofit, did she make the best decisions in spending the money that she raised? And Fair Fight Action during this time, this is just the 501c4, the nonprofit group, not even the Fair Fight Action PAC, which is called Fair Fight Inc. They raised $61 million, which is more than any other nationally known group in Georgia. And I found out through interviews with the now former organizing director at the group, she left earlier this year, that Fair Fight Action did not do any direct voter contact in the 2020 election cycle. They were, not alone in that during the pandemic. A lot of groups that normally do direct voter work didn't. I was able to verify that information talking to other voting groups in Georgia. So their main, the meat and potatoes of what this organization did, their main priority was this litigation. And that is where they spent, it looks like based on the 990 forms, the majority of their money.
Sounds like we should get Stacey Abrams on another magazine cover.
Yeah, look, I'm not going to ask you about this, Brittany. I don't want you to attest to this, but I have observed in interviews with on-the-ground grassroots organizers in Georgia, I detect a sliver of resentment, I gotta say, when I hear them talking about how underpaid and undersupported on-the-ground staffers are, as we as a nation witness the enormous fundraising gains and attention that has been paid to Stacey Abrams in particular as a kind of hero of voting rights and electoral victory in a state, despite her own failures to win in any of her own races. And I appreciate you for bringing this story to us today, because we're definitely going to have to continue following this and see if what looks like the worst case scenario is in fact the worst case scenario.
All right, you guys, so it looks like we're starting to see a little bit of a trend, and it's not just us on the right, it's even folks that are on her side. Her allies are calling her out, saying something looks fishy, Miss Stacey Abrams. And we can't forget, on the back burner, she got that investigation, state-led investigation that resulted in the historical judgment about that she has to fork over $300,000 for campaign finance violations.
Earlier today, the state Senate voted to launch a probe into the new Georgia project for alleged financial misconduct. Abrams formed the group during her first run for governor. Fox's Deidre Dukes is live tonight at the state capitol with the new developments. Deidre?
Yeah, this is the same committee that is currently investigating Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis. I spoke to the committee chair this afternoon, and he insists that Abrams is not being targeted by this new investigation.
Senator Bill Cowser sponsored SR 292 to open a probe into the new Georgia project, which was formed by Stacey Abrams after the grassroots organization was fined $300,000 by the State Ethics Commission for allegedly functioning as an illegal super PAC during Abrams' 2018 gubernatorial campaign.
So nobody is after her individually. It's that these organizations that admittedly supported her with dark money have confessed.
The Senate panel is still investigating accusations of potential conflicts of interest and the misuse of state funds after Fulton County DA Fonnie Willis denied allegations that she benefited financially from her relationship with former special prosecutor Nathan Wade. The Republican-led committee was established during last year's legislative session over the objection of Senate Democrats who accused Republicans of playing party politics.
This investigation on Fonnie Willis and now expanding to Stacey Abrams is a waste of taxpayer dollars and won't end up helping Georgians who are concerned about cutting costs in healthcare, costs in housing, costs in education. They want support on how to put food on the table.
Willis came under fire for having a romantic relationship with Wade after she hired him to lead the 2020 Trump election interference case. Cowser insists Abrams is not the focus of the probe into the voting rights group.
She just happens to be the name on this organization, but this is not in any way limited to her, and it's not directed to prosecute her or to in any way attack her individually at all.
Now, we received a written statement from Stacey Abrams late this afternoon stating, quote, Georgia Republicans are so terrified of the power of the people, they are lashing out with unfounded attacks and baseless investigations that waste taxpayer dollars. Republicans simply don't like that we're bringing more Georgians into the political process and that we are delivering. Now that this vote has passed, we don't know yet when we will expect to see the first meeting on this new probe. That's the latest here at the state capitol. Deidre Dukes.
Yo, there we have it, guys. Oh my goodness. Stacey Abrams wrapped up in yet another scandal. I'm not sure. You guys are going to have to let me know what you think on this one. I'm not sure if this is, Stacey Abrams actually being a corrupt figure or if this is just a coincidence. Is she just that unlucky? Every single organization that she touches turns to crap. I mean, you're seeing it right here. Crime, corruption, a scandal. It's just plaguing Stacey Abrams. In my book, though, I really feel like she took a play out of the Fonnie Willis playbook, if you will. But you can remember, turn back to that case over in Fulton County, Georgia, where on that Trump racketeering case, she selected a special prosecutor, hired a special prosecutor, I should say, outside of her office, and it was her boyfriend, and she benefited, basically laundering that money that she was spending from her office into her boyfriend's pocket, and he was breaking her off left and right. I think this may be what we're getting with Stacey Abrams and the whole $20.2 million payment from her organization over to her friend's law firm. But I don't know, you guys. Hop in the comment section. Comments are open. I'm excited to hear what you guys are thinking on this one. Also, make sure you guys please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you'd enjoy more content like this, catch you guys on the next one.